Center under the supervision of Dr. Jawad Qureshi. And today I'm going to present a topic about assessment of the biotic mortality and the natural enemies of Diaphorina citri in commercial citrus groves. But we have some introductory information about Asian citrus psyllid, which was found 25 years ago in Palm Beach County in the edges of Muraya paniculata. So the psyllids, the female, lay hundreds of eggs. The eggs hatches to the nymphal stage. The nymphal stage have 5 levels of development, then transform to the adult stage. So the young shoots are needed for the psyllids for development and reproduction. So this map shows the yellow dots here, shows the distribution of the psyllids where was existed in the world. So Asian citrus psyllid is responsible for vectoring a disease called the citrus greening or Guanglong pig. So this disease was found in 2005, and it causes lose billions of dollars for Florida industry. And the symptoms include blotchy mottled in the leaves. Infected trees become affecting the tree's health, the production of the trees. Green and lopsided of the fruits, which lower the economic value of the citrus fruits. And most importantly, there is no cure for this disease. So this figure provided by USDA shows a decrease in the production in the citrus production over 20 years. You can see here more than 70% of the citrus production decreased. So after the date of discovery, the disease of HLP disease, there was a study about the impact of biological control in Asian citrus psyllid in Swift, where is the place that I'm working, between 2006 and 2007, which a year after that. So this study evaluates the net reproductive rate of the psyllid population, and they estimated between 5 to 27 foldest in decrease in psyllid population, more than in protected colonies of the psyllids, more than the exposed colonies. So this shows how impactful the natural enemies at this time. And also the natural enemies was impactful more than 90% in the psyllid amateurs. But we don't know the situation different than 2 decades ago, so we need to evaluate the impact of biological control compared to the 2 decades ago. So the biological control playing important role in psyllid reduction include predators such as lady beetles, lacewings, and spiders, parasitoids such as Tamarixia radiata, and entomopathogens. So based on that, I did my objectives to determine the biotic mortality of Asian citrus psyllid compared to 2 decades ago. So I did my hypothesis based on there was an excessive use of insecticide after the discovery of the disease. So I expected that the natural enemies will be lower in the commercial citrus groves. So my material and methods include 5 citrus groves. One of them was the research grove in Swift, 2 commercials in Collier County, 2 commercial groves also in Hendry County. So I did 3 sampling methods for determine the incidence of the predators population. The first method and I will talk each one in 1 citrus grove. So I evaluated 200 trees using 3 taps per 1 tree. And second method, using sticky traps. I did 80 sticky traps, changes them each 2 weeks. The third method using suction sampling, I did 48 samples. Each sample represents 5 trees with a total number of 240 trees. So also I evaluated the biotic mortality by selecting colonies of celled eggs and the nymphal stage, 5 to 10 colonies, protect half of them like that. And this is the stage that I choose in nymphal stage. And this is a picture that's showing how I did the cohort. And I left them for 1 week to 10 days to evaluate the impact of natural elements. And also I evaluate the reduction of celled immatures in the exposed colonies adjusted with the reduction in the protected colonies. Also, I evaluate the Tamarixia radiata. So I release 4,000 to 5,000 individuals of Tamarixia in commercial citrus groves. 5 days later, I come back, collected 40 samples, and this was done with Pier 1 block. And each sample contained 5 shoots of celled 4 to 5th instar, because this is the stage that Tamarixia attack. And I take the samples to the laboratory to evaluate the parasitism rate of Asian of the celled nymphs. Here is my results. The most common predators were found between 2020 to 2022 were lady beetles, including Harmonia, Ola, Theorinus, Cyclida, lacewings also was found, ants and spiders. So the first experiment was tap sampling. The predators, all the mentioned predators were found in relatively different between seasons, but there was an amazing thing that the predators were abundant in winter, which was expecting more to find it during the spring, but maybe because the spray times that I evaluate after the spray application, so this shows the differences in between seasons. And this figure showing for the sticky traps, which confirm what I mentioned in the last slide. And the spring were more abundant with the predators population, more than other seasons in collier locations and Henry locations. And here also for the suction sampling, the predators were average between 1.5 to 3 in collier locations. Predators were suction sampling. And for Henry location, averaged between 1 to 5 predator per suction sampling. And here also show figures for the most 3 groups of predators were found in my sampling. In Collier location, 2 locations, and in Hanover County, 2 locations. So spiders were the most common predator amongst all the predators that I found, followed by lady beetles and lacewings. This was applying in most of the locations that I tested. So here also is the most important thing for the adjusted reduction in the immature cells of colonies of Diaphorina citri in Collier County. So I calculated the reduction for the eggs, for the nymphal stage. It was amazing to find that the reduction was between 55 to almost 80%, while in the nymphal stage was between 56 to 83%. So why this is amazing? Because the percentage of impacting biological control decreased than what was found before 20 years ago, which was like more than 90%. So here is the percentage decreased than before. Also, when I tested for the Henry County for the locations, so the reduction in the eggs population between 73 to 89%, while in nymphal stage was 36% to 80% reduction in the nymphal stage, which was decreased by 30 to 40% from what was found 2 decades ago. So in my summary, a reduction in 54 to 89% in the eggs population, 36 to 83% in the nymphal stage of Diaphorina citri was observed in commercial citrus groves. The most common predators were found was ladybeetles, including Harmonia, Ola, Urinus, and also Cyprinida. I didn't present the data for Tamarixia radiata because collectively it was like lower than 20% parasitism rate in the cellid population, and the biological control is still showing a significant impact in the cellid population in commercial citrus groves, but as I mentioned, the percentage decreased by almost 30 to 40% compared to what was found 2 decades ago. So I would like to thank my lab member and thank Dr. Qureshi for giving me this opportunity, and thanks so much.